The wind blows a lot here in Richland, and I try and keep a good track of it because it's nice to know how windy it's going to be. We have very few days without wind, and we have very few days without sunshine. We are good with windy and sunny, dry. An odd occurrence happening. Our wind typically southeast or southwest. It's coming from the south, either way. And Hanford is to the north. Blow that shit away from here, that's for sure. And that is our typical wind. Today, we've got an eastern wind, and it's northeastern. This could be coming right down on us, that Hanford stench. With that change in wind direction, we're also going to get some precipitation, which is very unusual for here. This same kind of wind happened when Hanford decided to do the green run. The green run sounds all green, right? No, it was green like firewood is green. It was not ready. They sent it off heavy. They had overhead planes up high trying to find the radiation so that we could find Russia's radiation and anybody else. So it was a test. They ran the reactor green, which means they just sent stuff out. They just weren't able to track it. And what happened was a whole lot of people, downwinders, got really sick from this little test. And we'll get further into that story later on because I don't know the specifics, but I will. And I'll tell you all about them. Green run.
Wait, Steven.
Look at that. Let's go. We're headed to that same building, and it used to be a dining area for Hanford. That's how it started. Then it became the Mart. Then it became Economy Drug. I don't have the whole story on this thing because, you know, from 1943 to 1958, this was still a government town. There was some commercial property. I don't know if this is one, but there was some. But it started off as a cafeteria for the dorms that were around here. Now, there aren't any dorms left around, but that's all right. We know where they were. It's going to be a good time. Thanks for coming. One of the things that's been hard for me to comprehend and adjust to, history-wise, look at that sky, will you? That's nice. Knowing the timing on things. See, when you're learning about an area and you find out the time, and then you learn about another area, you find out the time, it's really hard to understand for me that this was all simultaneous. They had all this going on at the same time. Come on, let's go. They are getting all ready for Christmas here. It's looking good. The Richland Parks Department does a great job, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun covering Christmas this year because I know what they do now. So last thing we're gonna do before we go, look at some houses. These little alphabet houses are what Richland built here for the original Richland Village. They built a boatload of them. They're all over town. I don't like photographing them because people live in them. This gives me the perfect opportunity to do some photography without messing with anybody. These are little replica houses. It seems like they build a new one every year, and they just keep adding up. And now we've got almost a whole street. And we'll call it good for the day. Thanks for coming. See you soon.